We're going to go with Trump would never do something this stupid, and his declining mental fitness is contagious. Democrats panic, and we've got a lot we need to talk about here. First up is...
Get my hair out of the way. It literally can't get in the way. That's even better. I will no longer get my hair stuck in the thing or in my windows.
Your windows?
Mm-hmm, my windows.
Comment down below if you like Michelle's new haircut. Steve Forbes, he put out a video the other day about how Biden's going to have to drop out of the race and be replaced by some other Democrat for the nominee for the ticket.
Is it because Biden is clearly in the early stages of senile or dementia or something?
So according to Forbes, Steve Forbes, just the other day, he says, or they said, President Biden's supercharged State of the Union address a few months ago quieted the talk among Democrats about forcing him to drop his bid for a second term. But this was only temporary. The continuing, painfully obvious mental decline of our commander-in-chief has revived speculation of his withdrawing from the race. So you're right.
I figured as much.
So now that you say that, and I reread that again, and after what happened today, I think he's going to drop out.
I don't know what happened today. Did he poop his pants again?
I think he's going to drop out.
Have you seen the video where he looks
He ripped
like,
ass in
Well, I know he
France.
farted. No.
In France.
They said he crapped his pants in France. I saw the video, and he's walking, and then he just stops and does that thing like toddlers do and bends down a little
He's
bit
like,
and stands
"Oh.
really still.
Oh.
And they're saying that he lost like bowel control, which the older you get, it is harder for you to control those things, obviously. But I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's real or not.
The real Biden didn't crap his pants. It's the body double.
You would think the body double would be the one to be able to hold a sphincter together.
No, because, you know, when they clone you, some things don't work right.
Like a butthole? Okay.
The scientists are in the lab to go, it was a success. Well, there's a 99% chance of success. 1%, there's something wrong. We don't know what it is yet. Come to find out it was the butthole.
It was the butthole.
So Fox News put this one up, and it says that NBC News' Todd calls, forget all that. I don't know who that guy is.
Todd.
He said he calls Hunter Biden verdict a big blow to Trump. Okay. All right, let me back this up and reread it.
Okay.
NBC News is Todd, some guy named Todd, calls Hunter Biden verdict a big blow to Trump. Well, obviously, see, this is how the liberal media will spin anything and everything, right? From the point of, yeah, the president's son was guilty on all three counts, but somehow we'll make it seem like it's bad for Trump.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Well, because NBC needs to find a way to drag his name.
So it says it's a big blow to Trump, proves no weaponization of the DOJ. I think it really damages the Trump campaign's ability to just wave away their conviction. Fine. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Whatever. Respect. That's the guy on Think Media, he kept saying respect today.
Put some respect on my name.
Respect. Literally, I don't agree.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
I'm going to tell you how he say it.
Okay.
He goes, all right, I don't agree with anything you just said. Respect. Like, it's basically what he was doing.
He forgot to say fully at the end.
No. Like, he would be like, he would repeat what somebody commented or whatever. He'd go, respect. And it was like it was blatantly obvious that he was passive aggressively,
Disagreeing.
Nice jacket.
Oh,
Nice
yeah.
jacket. But either way, I think Biden's going to drop out, and he's got a good out.
Which is?
His son. He said he's not going to pardon Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
And I think he'll use that and say, I think they can use that to say that he'll try to go out on a high note with a level of integrity based on his son's actions and him, being his father, gracefully bowing out because of his son being a complete degenerate.
But he's been a complete degenerate for the 4 years he's been a president.
But he's been convicted now.
Now he's a convicted degenerate. Got it. Well, I mean, if that's the case, you would think that on the flip side, Trump has been convicted. Would that mean he should bow out because he himself has been convicted?
No, because Trump knows that he's been wrongfully convicted.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure we were...
And he's been wrongfully convicted, and people want him to win. Biden, his son, has been justly convicted.
And nobody wants him to win.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, like 4 or 5 people do, but...
I don't even think Democrats want to win. Actually, I take that back. I feel very confident, almost like I know for a fact that Democrats do not want Biden, and I have proof that if they do allow him to run and win or vote for him, it'll be the complete destruction of the entire country.
I mean, we're already on a nice little downhill swing from it, so... Who would take his place?
Well, there's a list of people who could. Gavin Newsom would probably be number one.
Oh, it definitely wouldn't win. Have you seen the shithole that California is?
Oh, man, yeah, we talked about that.
I mean, maybe that's like an easier win for Trump than if they put him up against Newsom.
The problem is Newsom can speak.
He can.
He won't answer your questions.
Not at all. Not in the least.
But he can speak.
While he drives around in China cars and whatever.
That would actually probably be a very, very interesting debate between Newsom and Trump. One won't answer your question, and the other one you can't fact check. That would be pretty interesting.
Might as well throw Oprah Winfrey in the mix.
Possible Democratic potential replacements include Gavin Newsom, Josh Shapiro, Wes Moore, or Jared Polis. I don't know who 75% of those people are.
Yeah, so it would have to be Newsom.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he'd have an easy in because of his aunt?
His
Pelosi?
auntie? His auntie. Now, I think his running mate, his VP, would be Kamala.
For Newsom?
Yeah.
She would, I mean, I feel like even if they wanted the person as a president, if they had her as the running mate, they'd be like, no, we're not doing this again. And you wouldn't win just based off of who your VP is.
I think, okay, hear me out. Because this just came out.
Okay.
And this is terrible.
Okay.
In sweeping change, and this is the Democrats panicking, okay? Biden administration to ban medical debt from credit reports.
I don't know if you're supposed to be for or against, but I'm thinking of older people who have crappy insurance and very little money because of Social Security or whatever else, and those payments and stuff could be hurting their credit and hurting them in general. So banning that from credit reports in theory is good. But if you really stop and look at it, what's the point in credit anymore if everything's going to be not on it or on it incorrectly?
In a sweeping change that could improve millions of Americans' ability to own a home or buy a car, the Biden administration on Tuesday proposed a rule to ban medical debt from credit reports. I'm going to tell you right now, odds are that's not what's preventing you from buying a house.
No, but...
The fact that houses are so expensive is probably what's preventing you from buying a house.
I can guarantee whatever this is wouldn't go into effect until after November 4th.
Oh, look at you.
Look at me knowing already how this works.
Look at the big brains on Michelle. Yeah. The rule, announced by Vice President Kamala Harris, you see why she's still going to be VP, and Consumer Financial Protection Bureau Director Rohit Chopra, I don't know what his name is, comes as President Joe Biden beefs up his efforts to persuade Americans his administration is lowering costs, a chief concern for voters in the upcoming election. Persuade them that he's lowering costs when in fact he is destroying the country.
The
Okay?
economy.
Okay? Persuade them. He didn't lower the cost. He's just removing it from your credit report.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, hospitals, and sorry, credit reporting agencies.
So think about it this way.
And sorry, anybody else who had to pay their medical bills before that.
So you remove it from a credit report, so it looks like you have better credit. So now you can get a mortgage or you can get a car loan that you can't pay because you can't afford your medical bills. Well, who's to say you're going to be able to afford these things as well? So now you're like double, triple in debt, and we're even worse as a country.
I'd love to talk to an underwriter to get the percentage of mortgage applications that get denied because the applicant was exceeding the limit of medical bills. Okay. Quote, this is going to be an enormous relief to so many people battling bills when it comes to hospital visits. And this is according to Chopra. And the rule, which has been in the works since September, could go into effect early next year.
If Biden's president.
There's the kicker.
Yeah, there's always a kicker. Well, I'm sure the next thing will be, you know what, we've decided to eliminate more student debt next year.
This is all a trick. It's all a game.
Oh, yeah.
It's all smoke and mirrors. Our research shows, quote, our research shows that medical bills in your credit report aren't even predictive of whether you'll repay another type of loan. That means people's credit scores are being unjustly and inappropriately harmed by this practice.
And he is the what? Go back up to what his...
He is the chief idiot here.
No, but what is his actual title?
He is...
It's right there. It's right there. No, it was right there.
It's right there.
It's right there.
It's right
He
there.
is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau Director. So he's an idiot. He doesn't... I mean...
No. He's not an idiot. He's not an idiot. He is motivated. He has been incentivized. He may even have taken a trip to Bali with old Clarence Thomas. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, he ain't doing this out of the goodness of his heart to help people struggling to pay medical bills.
Well, no, because all he's doing is ensuring that the economy goes even further downhill. When he says
he's ensuring that he gets what he wants,
look,
whatever it is that he
go back
wants.
Up to, I can't reach what you've got here. Go back up. When he said it's not predictive of whether you'll repay another type of loan, well, that's extremely stupid because it kind of is predictive a lot of the times.
Kinda.
Kinda.
Here's the deal. He's dumb enough to come out and say this, but he's not. I mean, he's smart enough to have something worked in the back. There's a back end deal here. He wouldn't just be doing this not to for no reason. Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't really care if people can't afford to buy a house or buy a car.
Yeah.
And it says that the CFPB's research estimates that the new rule would allow 22,000 more people to get approved for safe mortgages each year, meaning lenders could also benefit from the positive impact of people's credit scores by being able to approve more borrowers. This is literally predatory lending. You are manipulating the underwriting practice to get people approved for loans that they really shouldn't be approved for.
Well, here's what's interesting.
To then down the road, complain about bad debt and default and people not paying their mortgages.
What's interesting is 22,000 per year. That's literally less than living like Johns Creek, Georgia. Like that's like the size of one itty bitty town in the entire United States. So what is the point in all this?
I'm gonna tell you the point. The point is that it's a headline.
Oh yeah, I know.
And the people are not going to read into it.
They're just gonna eat it
and
up
they're
and
going
go
to
with it.
assume, oh, I got medical debt. I don't have to pay it. I don't have to pay it because I'm voting for Biden. Because every time a Democrat gets elected as president, it's because they did a giveaway. It's because they were trading votes for dollars.
Yeah. This thing says 15 million Americans still have $49 billion of medical debt, yet it's only going to help 22,000 people out of 15 million? Why?
Math's not mathing.
Math is not mathing.
It says that some major credit report companies have already taken steps to stop using certain medical debt to calculate people's credit worthiness, including Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian.
You mean the three? Okay.
affirm it will be added at some
Yeah.
point in time. And FICO also recently started factoring medical debt less heavily into its scores, and Vantage Scores doesn't use it in its newer models. So Vantage Score, we got to think about Vantage Score.
So if your medical debt then goes into collections, though, does that mean that collections don't count towards your credit anymore either? Because I mean, that's...
I mean, theoretically, they couldn't go into collection. Well, I guess they could go into collection, so then
I don't know.
It's complicated and convoluted and completely stupid.
On purpose to be confusing.
But 15 million Americans still have $49 billion of medical debt that is hampering their scores. And this rule would extend the practice to all credit reporting in the U.S.
But it's only going to help 22,000 people a year.
I'm not going to keep reading this because
No,
it just seems very repetitive.
Yes.
Kamala
a
Harris
very long
is
article.
behind this. But here's the deal. If this were to happen, if this persuasion were to trick people into voting for Biden, if he were to even still run, or just vote Democrat because they think they're going to get something for nothing, the next industry to collapse and go under would be the healthcare industry. Because how is the medical industry going to survive?
If nobody's paying their bills?
Well, people would pay their bills, right? Because they have to.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. It doesn't show up on my credit, so I don't really care anymore.
Exactly. And we already have issues with the healthcare, with lack of doctors, lack of nurses, lack of everything, because there's no incentive anymore, because they were all like demonized for not doing certain things a couple of years ago. And then the ones who did do certain things are now dropping dead like flies from heart attacks.
This seems extremely ridiculous.
Yes.
But solely the only purpose here is to trick and persuade
People to vote for Biden. Less informed people. How about that? Easily hoodwinked.
liberals. We'll go liberals. I think liberals are like more democratic than just Democrats.
Probably.
You got Republicans, but you got like conservatives.
Yeah.
It's like far right conservatives.
Yeah.
Either way, I think it's dumb. I think it's a terrible idea, and I don't think Biden's going to run. And I do think that the Democrats are going to continue to try to pull rabbits out of their asses and trick and persuade people to vote for them.
Even though they won't know who they're voting for because it won't be Biden. It should be whoever has the Democrat hat.
But at the end of the day, it's not going to be good.
No.
These are the same folks behind creating luxury condo high-rises
The thing I sent you?
for homeless drug addicts.
Yes. Yes.
Go watch that video.